Now, this is News Literacy Week, a joint effort by the News Literacy Project and our parent company, Scripps. All this week, we'll be focusing on stories about accuracy and trust in news reporting. Now, misinformation remains on the rise, directly impacting today's media and those who consume it. But how's the next generation of journalists being trained to avoid it and restore public confidence in their work? 3 News Now digital reporter Danielle Meadows spoke with local journalism professors and a student on how they're working to prioritize accuracy and credibility.
I think now with all the different social media platforms that are out there, that there's, I think, more misinformation out there than there ever really was.
It's not unusual to see news we question online these days. From articles about politics to climate change to COVID and vaccines, inaccurate information is everywhere. At local universities, student journalists like Austin Ulmer are learning how to recognize it and prevent it.
I took a media literacy class that I really enjoyed, and that kind of opened up my eyes a lot to kind of all the misinformation that was out there, and then kind of the websites you wanted to avoid.
Ulmer says a lot of people don't know how or simply don't bother to dig deeper to find out if something's misleading.
I start with the credibility of the author of the article. I kind of try to do a little bit of research to look at other stuff they've written, their background, their experience, even talking about what they're writing about,
UNO professor Dr. Jeremy Lipschultz says over a decade ago, the university made it a requirement for journalism students to take an information literacy course.
That was really our first attempt to make sure that all of our graduates knew how to deconstruct media messages, knew how to think about source and message credibility in everything they see and hear.
At Creighton University, Dr. Peggy Ruprecht teaches her students to seek out information in more than one place.
I try to encourage students to consume a variety of news media sources, to read different newspapers, to watch different TV or online sources.
She also recommends that students keep an eye on the work that local professional journalists are doing.
One of the things that I encourage my students to do is to pay for a subscription to watch local news, because journalism, the free press, is so critical to our democracy.
Reporting in Omaha, Danielle Meadows, 3 News Now.
Very helpful information. The KMTV digital team is working on a series of stories throughout News Literacy Week. Now, some other topics that we're looking into include how we put together our broadcasts and the importance of local reporting.